heels here, just about to cross over I-95. This is where the warning box is right now. This is just one shaded in red. This is a tornado warning right now, and you can see it fans out a little bit. It does include Lakewood Park, maybe just south of Florida Ridge though, but still be on alert in Florida Ridge, St. Lucie Village, and it does include Fort Pierce and then spilling over into North and South Hutchinson Island too, and this will continue to move eastward here. There it is on the Doppler, but let me back it up here and you see it's right around here. This is where the heaviest rain and possibly seeing a little bit of spinning there. We did get some video in earlier that showed a little bit of a rotation, kind of the beginnings of it when you see that broad rotation up in the sky, and you can track it eventually sometimes. That comes down to the surface, producing some very gusty winds and, of course, damage. We had some pictures from that earlier from some of our weather watchers that pushed it in, that sent it off to us. Now, if you're in the path of this here, you want to take cover, stay away from any windows in the interior of your home, too, not the outside walls, somewhere safe in the middle of your house, and don't go outside. Driving, you might as well stay in right now until this is over, and I think 8:45 this one will be gone, and then after that we should wind down with the rain chances, especially the heavy rain and the severe thunderstorm chances will start to drop after that. Elsewhere we're fine too, so anybody else tuning in south of, say, Fort Pierce, we're not looking at anything coming your way at the moment. There may be some showers that move through from time to time, but for the most part, let me widen back out here, we're okay. There's a couple quick sprinkles moving through Lion Country Safari. A heavier one will clip Boca again, another one western Martin County will move on. And we'll keep an eye on this one though. It's close enough to these that we could spark some heavier rain, or even if it hits another boundary, it may produce some stronger wind gusts. So this is the one right now, again, right on the county line there of Indian River and St. Lucie County, heading towards, say, St. Lucie Village, Florida Ridge, maybe just south of Florida Ridge, actually, and that's where it is. In Lakewood Park, again, you're right in the path of this, just like the earlier one was kind of centered right around that area there. Fort Pierce, you're seeing some heavy rain, some gusty winds, lightning strikes also from Fort Pierce over to the inlet there and over to the barrier islands. But back to the west here, this is where the heaviest stuff is, and we'll keep an eye on if this is going to start to produce a tornado or not. Right now, radar indicated, looking at the National Weather Service here, it says possible tornado located 7 miles west of Lakewood Park, or 9 miles southwest of Vero Beach, moving east pretty quickly, 25 miles per hour here. So this thing, here's Lakewood Park right here, and it says 7 miles west of there. So that's back at the beginning of this little cone here that you're seeing. So as this pushes eastward at 25 miles per hour, again, you want to take cover for anywhere from Lakewood Park to St. Lucie Village, and even the Fort Pierce too. Although you're on the southern fringe of things, you still could see some effects from this as it moves on in. And I would say hasn't quite crossed over I-95 yet. Here's I-95 right here. Notice it's just west of 95 at the moment. This is the turnpike that goes way west as it gets into Indian River County, way west, but maybe just over the county line here, north of the turnpike, west of I-95 in St. Lucie County, and southern Indian River County included in this too. Say maybe Florida Ridge is maybe the northernmost line of danger here at the moment. So from there south, again, to Lakewood Park and St. Lucie Village, this tornado warning is for you, and it goes until 8:45 here, and we'll stay with it here as we go through time and see a lot of lightning strikes with this too, and because it's going over a similar area that it did earlier, it could really very quickly produce some flooding too. So that's not out of the question also. Multiple hazards with this kind of storm here and this kind of setup that we've had today. Already dumped a few inches of rain. You get another storm system to come in hot on its heels, dump another couple inches. That could flood the roadways. Remember, you don't want to travel over flooded roadways. You don't know whether it's a canal or railroad tracks or whatever. And that is how most people down here get into trouble. It's not that we have fast moving water that's going to sweep your car away. It's generally driving into a canal. The tornado warning until 8:45. Again, I'm going to repeat this for the people just tuning in from time to time here. This will continue to move eastward at 25 miles per hour here. And as we look at the box here, so we can probably etch off a little bit of this since it's moved a little bit farther off to the east. Now, let me just real quick go over to our Viper radar and center it a little bit better on the storm system here, and it shows a lot better detail with this one here. There you go. And you see mainly moving off, there's that tornado warning that pops up. See it pop up there in the flashing red and black. So this is the cell we're looking at here. And let's see if I can just play that. There we go. And we're looking at the chance to see a tornado drop out of this thing if it hasn't already. I mean, there's that possibility that we could see this already have a tornado with it as it's crossing over I-95 here, maybe just north of the Fort Pierce exits or down here, so just north of that. But before, maybe right at or just before the county line. So here's the county line right here. So I think it's just before that you may run into that. And this will continue to push eastward again, 25 miles per hour. So it's going to take a little bit to make it all the way to the coastline. And then even the potential there, there's a little bit less friction like I was talking about before for it to spin up over the intracoastal. So if you live on the Barrier Islands, you want to take cover with this one also, because even if it's not on the ground, well, it could drop to the ground here over the water and then move over the Barrier Islands very easy. So from the west, so we're not talking coming in off the ocean. This is from the west, from the land, from the mainland moving your way, and all of this will continue to move eastward there. Again, I look for this to end after 9, 10 o'clock or so. All of these storms will be pushing off and things will calm down. Tomorrow we do have the chance for some stronger storms, but not quite the punch that they've had out there today. And you see a lot of lightning strikes popping up. So this area right here, pretty suspect, maybe right around the I-95 corridor there. Again, just over the county line into St. Lucie County. Lakewood Park, St. Lucie Village, and everywhere in between here, you want to take cover with this one because this is the tornado warning. Tornado warning means tornado is possibly out there. Radar indicated here, checking out the chat to see if any updates are coming in, but we do have that chance to see, if anything, it's gusty winds too. If it's not a tornado, you're going to see some very gusty winds. Torrential heavy rainfall and all these lightning strikes too. You want to stay off of any electronic equipment that's plugged into the wall and away from any windows too. If you get some wind gusts or some tree branches that could blow down, we've gotten some video from folks earlier of some tree branches down, some decent sized ones too, mailboxes down in that same area near Lakewood Park or so, and this is where that's headed too. And you see right here is a pretty good, there's Lakewood Park, so it's right there, maybe just south of there, but regardless, from Florida Ridge, Lakewood Park, St. Lucie Village, everywhere in between here, if this is where you live in between, you want to take cover in the interior of your house for now. Don't go outside. Not a good time to do that. We have some video that just came in where the tornado warning earlier was, and let's check out this video right now of some heavy rainfall that's moving on in, if we can see that. I'm going to just go ahead and zoom in on this, see if we can get a couple more spots here. And you see, all right, so right around Meadowwood Drive, Johnston Road, Angie Road, St. Lucie Boulevard, Indrio Road. Here's that video there on the side of your screen, just some really heavy rainfall from our weather spotters there. We appreciate you sending us that video. You're our eyes and ears out there for sure. And look at that heavy rainfall there. I don't see a whole lot of wind yet, but I see a lot of lightning, and yeah, definitely stay indoors there. Indrio Road there and I-95, this is where kind of the heart of it is. Let me see if I can turn on the velocity and see if we can spot where this tornado is. Another thing with the Doppler radar is you can go inside the storm and see where exactly a tornado might be. There it is right there. So yeah, pretty good signature there, tornado signature. When you see the reds and the greens right next to each other, that's what we're looking at. So let me just show, it's right here. See where that is? Let me stop it right there. So that's generally right where it is, where you see the reds and greens. You see pretty good, and it's even got a little bit of twisting there to it too. See kind of the red going like this, and the green's going to be going like that. That means in between here is where the tornado possibly is. So let's see if we can pinpoint exactly where this thing is here. Tornado warning is continued, 8:45. Near Indrio, moving east at 20 miles an hour. That's the update from the National Weather Service here. So let's zoom in. So I think it's going to be passing right over I-95, somewhere between Johnston Road there, Angie Road, and then heading north on Johnston Road. That's about where the radar is indicating it is right now. Meadowwood Drive, maybe right in the center. So somewhere, I know that's a long area. I mean, this is a pretty long area right here, but somewhere in this region, for this scan that has come in, is a possibility of a tornado. I guess I should have went way out here like that too. So somewhere in there is where this tornado might be as it moves eastward. Now, I'm going to put this into motion so we can see how it's progressing. And you see, it's just starting to move over I-95 here. So just hang tight here. Again, if you live in these areas, you want to take cover immediately. That does include Lakewood Park again. I know you got hammered earlier, but this does have the potential to be another one, and even up towards Florida Ridge, probably going to see some heavy rainfall there. There's our weather pilot driving on, is that I-95? Driving northward, probably, up towards that direction. Doesn't look too bad yet, but there's some video of just that heavy, heavy rainfall now. And you see a little bit farther south, so Palm Breezes Road, say north of you, there and north of you. That's where the potential for this tornado is. Now it does kind of look like it's maybe losing definition a little bit, but not really. It seems to be holding together at the moment. Again, we're somewhere in this region here is where the tornado is. Now, where is it going? Well, it's moving very quickly eastward. Maybe has a little bit of south to it. So yeah, Fort Pierce is included. Angel Villas included here, Surfside Park, St. Lucie Village for sure, you're included here. Lakewood Park, you're in the northern part of it, but certainly included in this tornado warning as it moves eastward at 20 miles an hour. Now let's erase all that here and see if we can't get another scan in here to see exactly what's going on. So let's go back to this. Yeah, it doesn't look quite as impressive on the regular radar, but again, those velocities look pretty impressive, and that's what we're going to really keep an eye on too. Let me zoom in here, and you see, yeah, that's right where, see, so we just got a new scan over Johnston Road there. That's really seems to be the focus. So from Johnston Road eastward, St. Lucie Boulevard there, you see that? You want to take cover anywhere near that. And St. Lucie Village for sure. Get into the middle part of your house, away from windows. Potential to have some damaging winds move on through. Tornado or not, you may have some damaging winds move on through. There could be some damage. You want to stay away from the windows just in case anything's flying around outside. You can get some branches to fly around and go through a window or your screen porch or something like that real easily. So that's what you want to try to avoid here in the next, say, half an hour or so as we're tracking this thing. Dangerous, very dangerous situation. That's why we're talking you through this here, to keep you safe in your house and inside. Don't go outside. And you see I'm seeing a little bit of intensifying here just west of St. Lucie Village too, and also over Fort Pierce. That's why you're seeing new lightning strikes there, an indication we're getting a little bit more upward motion, a little bit stronger, more lightning strikes there, but by far the main core of it here, just past I-95 here as you zoom in, take a closer look. There's that Johnston Road. So if there is a tornado, it's somewhere in this area here, from Lakewood Park, say, to the Angel Villas. Let's look at the velocities again. Here it is. You see the reds here indicating the wind is going one direction. Green, the wind is going the other direction. So easy to see if it's doing that, there's some rotation there, and then it doesn't necessarily mean it's touching the ground, but there's some pretty broad rotation here and pretty intense too, that you could see something pushing down out of this too as it pushes eastward here. And so that's why we're going to keep an eye on this. Let me